There it is, live on YouTube. Let me go and minimize this window, folks, so I can cut the volume for you when it comes up. There we go. We're done there. And I know that might get a little distracting each time, but if you leave the volume on YouTube, when you're going live to YouTube, you get this echo effect where things come, you're talking and the video's talking, 6-7 seconds behind you. So I want to make sure I cut that down. Having a nice cappuccino this morning. All right. So it's been a piece, right? Since we've been able to do a morning check-in with Mañana. And it's a little early. It's about 7 o'clock in the morning. And who knows, maybe I've got so much content, I'll be back on at 9:30 again. But lots of stuff. So help train 1,200 technicians to be able to run the election down in Los Angeles County, right? So bam, did that. That was 2 weeks worth of stuff. Got done with that last week. Hit the ground running. Boom, here in the workspace. So at the risk of wearing myself out, a lot of activities. So you guys know about this project I'm working on. I am this close to releasing a proof of concept to let some people play in it. And it's fun. It's a lot of fun for me because it's a way to allow other creators to play in the playground, right? And so a lot of times creators are like in silos, right? This creator's over here, this creator's over here, this creator's over here. And what I wanted to do was build something where I could bring creators together and they still have control of their own space, but they get to kind of have a community working in the same infrastructure. And so I've been building that structure for them, and it's been fun. It's been a fun project. So again, this close to releasing that. I put a little bit of time into that every day, on top of the other stuff that I do. And then the bicycle course that is in the Mañana No Mas Academy, that's been flashing at me that it's due to have another lesson added. And I've got another meeting coming up this week with people from that group. And so if they can meet, great, put those people together and see if we can't, nail down some more content for that course. Super excited because that came out of nowhere, right? It's like I'm in the Great Cycle Challenge Facebook page, and they've got 15,000 people in there, and there's all these questions coming up, right? Tons of questions. My fingers go numb, my wrists go numb, my back hurts, my ankles get sore. What do you eat before a long ride? What do you eat for sprinting? What do you put in your water bottle? And so all these questions kept coming up, and I was like answering a lot of these questions. And then I thought, wait a minute, I'm a course creator. I build learning and membership websites. Why in the world are we letting this be hit or miss? Perchance you see a link on or a question on Facebook. Why don't we just build a course for folks so that folks that are new to the sport can really go somewhere and see an organized list of content and get the help that they want? And so I said, hey, would anybody be interested in taking this course? And like 500 people said yes in one day. I couldn't believe it. So I was like, okay, well, let's do this. Let's make this course. And then, of course, those of you that follow my channels here, you know how passionate I am about the Great Cycle Challenge and raising awareness for kids' cancer was something I love to do, riding bicycles, right? And so I'm really big on it. And I thought, man, if I could just give back to the community and make this product and let people in the Great Cycle Challenge access it for free, what a blessing, right? What a huge blessing that would be. And so we've got over 50 people in the course already. So I'm super stoked, right? There's still, 30 more lessons to write for it, but we've added people to the community and it's moving forward. So very excited about that. Boom, boom, boom. Oh. No, I don't want to talk about that one yet. I'll save that one for later. So the election's going well, right? As far as my house is concerned, we all voted. So we went and stood in line last night. Yesterday was a very, very busy day. So, I didn't get a big tug on doing the morning check-in. Had meetings starting first thing in the morning and, through afternoon. And we're leading up to a new event. So still ironing down the dates, but either December 2nd or December 9th, we're going to be hosting a thing called the Power Sport Roundtable. And that Power Sport Roundtable is bringing in some power players to share the screen with me and do a day-long webinar, right? And it's going to be, someone's going to be focused on sales. Someone's going to be focused on service. Someone's going to be focused on, running your BDC, right? Your business development center, working with your leads, things like that. We've got someone that is going to give power sport specific social advice, right? So how does your social media work? And are you doing sales social media, service social media, both? Are you doing events, things like that? I believe that power sports is coming up on a bubble. I mean, bubble's a bad phrase. How do I say this? The manufacturers, the OEM suppliers are not keeping up with dealer demand. And the dealers, in a hurry to get cash flow, have still been making deals off a product that they have in stock, right? So they didn't optimize their margins. They took the deals when they saw the deals and they moved the product. And now there's a reduction in available product, right? Because the supply chain was broken. So you've lost some margin, but you've created cash flow. And now you're going to be coming up on a situation where maybe sales isn't going to be where you're going to make your lion's share, right? Maybe you need to leverage parts and service a little bit more. And even then, parts is having a hard time locating stuff that they need, right? So it's we're coming up on some interesting times, and I think we need to be proactive about it. And I think if we retrain our service people a little bit better for communication, for coming up with alternatives and options. I mean, put it this way: technicians have kind of been the way things have gone for the last decade. And I know because I trained a lot of them, right? Guys aren't fixing things, they're replacing things, right? Well, with the supply chain broken and parts hard to get, the guys are going to have to learn how to fix things again, right? And so maybe you make a little bit more money on labor and a little less on parts in your department, but you've got to be able to leverage that. And you've got to be able to write your tickets in a way that communicates that, so that you're not on the hook for other things down the road. So again, we just got to be real proactive about how we do business. We got to find a way to make the customer happy. And, the more you make the customer happy, the more business you're going to get, right? But your environment is changing. It's in flux right now. And so if you're a power sports dealer, you just got to get a grip on it. So we're going to do this whole day webinar on it, and it's to me it's going to be a hoot, because key power players are joining the party, right? It's not just a Kurt thing. It's going to be a Kurt, Joe, hopefully a Laura thing, and we can really bring some things together for you guys out in the field. And so we'll put this thing together. Like I said, it'll either be December 2nd or December 9th. I'm working on the web property for that now, building in some lead pages and event pages, and we'll get it done. We'll get it dialed. So have yourself a fantastic, awesome day. You hear me talk about all these things, and you can actually see me having a brain fart about, what am I working on right now? I keep lists of all of this stuff, and I try to partition my time in a way that makes sense with the priority that I can afford that time, right? And so if you find yourself in that situation right now, you're wondering, well, how does Kurt talk about all this stuff all the time? If you find yourself in that spot, get yourself a whiteboard like that and start breaking out your time. Do something visual, put it in a workbook, put it in an online planner if you work on the computer a lot, something with reminders. But it's important. It's really important. If you're going to be somebody that wants to move and shake and dip their toes into a lot of different pools, you got to find a way to track your time and to know what you're spending your time on. It was funny. I was listening to Andrew Eggleton last night. He's a friend of mine. I like seeing what he does on his lives and stuff. I like the way he communicates. But he was saying, you've got to practice, you've got to put in the work. But if you don't know what to practice, you're not going to find success. If you don't know what to put your efforts into, you're going to do all this work and turn around and find out you're exactly where you started, right? So you've got to know what to practice, what to work towards. And so that's part of what my message there was. And I didn't even realize that I was tying all that together, right? But, you know, good stuff in, good stuff out.